Hey guys, it is Greg again. I wanted to go over Ethereum and give you guys an update to see what's going on. Some people had some questions about it. Let's take a look at that. So here's Ethereum's count. This is a very contrary to popular beef, and it going down right now. This is a very bullish coin. I'm going to explain to you why, in my opinion, what I think Ethereum's doing. Massive wave run here in wave one, second wave correction. And that's the primary wave one, primary wave two. It's making a primary wave three. Now, you are going to see something contrary to that. The reason why they're calling this a third wave, they take it off log. And if you can see, when you take it off log and move it out like that, then you could say 1, 2, and bam, wave three way up here like that. See? And then, but if you notice, here is the top of wave one, 1357. We're almost at the top of wave one right now, that wave one right now. And there's a possibility we could breach that, okay, at 1357, in my opinion. However, if you take it off log and you take a look at that, okay, you have a little bit different picture, okay? And then also, too, to back up the evidence where I don't think that this is a third wave, I think it's a wave. Ethereum's going to be making a wave one and then going into a lower sequence wave two. And the third wave is going to be over here. The three of the three is going to be over here. This is where you're going to hear people talking about, once this is complete and it's going over here, in this area, this is where you're going to hear Raoul Pal and all those other guys talking about 25, 50, 100, even 100,000 Ethereum in this area. This is also too where I believe after it's done with this sequence, Ethereum does one more leg up, the fifth wave. It's going to do a correction. And this area where ETH 2.0 will be out, in my opinion, and this is where you're going to see massive gains. There will be a 3 of a 3 in this area like that, guys. That's where Ethereum's going to really start moving out and probably even catching up to Bitcoin a little bit there, guys. Now, the other reason, too, that I say, if you go to the weekly, you can see this highest peak on the RSIs here. Okay, so what's going to happen somewhere down? This is more, you could say, of a moon boy count, but I go off the RSI usually, and it's very helpful. So this is going to come back around, and then that third wave peak on this RSI is going to come back up, and I suspect it's going to take out that RSI right there. It'll come even with it, real close to it again, and that will be your third of your third right here. How many years from now that will be, who knows? It's labeled 2026, but it could be earlier or later than that. I just don't know. Now, the other thing is, too, that I'm looking for on Ethereum, take a closer look at the RSI, you can see some similarities from the last cycle, to this cycle. Okay, so there it was, it corrected it. In this instance, you might be seeing a lot of people doing some of these things, and it came down and eventually corrected that cycle down to this area and popped out of there and went on its next run that we are currently in. But in this fourth wave here, it's correcting deep enough on the RSI to go up and make another wave. And what I'm suspecting that Ethereum's going to do is another ever slow, gentle bounce up on the RSI here, swing back down, take all that out. Once that is out from over here and it's down here, Ethereum is going to be ready to go on another run. Contrary to popular belief that everything's going into a bear market, at some point, this weekly RSI, if it's down here, is going to be so exhaustive that Ethereum, at some point, there's going to be a rally, whether it's a next bullish cycle or not. There's going to be one way up. It's going to go from, say, 25 back up to 50 and go back up. So that's going to happen one way or another at some point into the future. But this is what I'm looking for right here to complete this whole cycle here to bring the RSI deep enough, and then in the price, wherever the price may be, Ethereum can go back up and make another wave run. So that's what I'm looking for on the RSI. Now, the other picture of what is going on here with Ethereum, give you guys an idea, okay? There's a couple ways to cut this pie with Ethereum, okay? Three-wave moves, and now we're in here a three-wave move. Now the question is this done? And I don't think so. Typically, three-wave moves, if you take a look at three-wave moves in cryptocurrencies, you will see three-wave moves. They do like to go at least to the 1-to-1. Okay. So 1628. That's why I have that red line there on that target. Okay. That's a 1-to-1, and also a lengthened 3, a 1.38. So 1173 is another target. Okay. So those are that's a general area that you can expect. Can Ethereum easily go to 1600? Yes. Can it go down to 1198? That's open for debate. You know, there's people already calling for $800 Ethereum. And I don't think it's going to go there, because if you take the whole big picture on the weekly here with Ethereum, you see its last wave over here. That's the top at about 1321 or thereabouts, 1377. And you bring that trend right over here, and Ethereum is going to have a lot of support in this area if it does get down here. Okay. So I suspect, even though there's 1100 and I also have $1,000 target, if Ethereum is down here, it's going to be wandering around in this area possibly for a while, or even maybe have a more difficult time breaching it. It's just going to depend on the markets and what's going on at that point. Okay. A wick down to this point, 1173, definitely possible. And landing down here to $1,000 is possible. Now, why do I have that? Typically Ethereum, if it's not that bullish, the area is on the fourth wave. If I take the whole third wave from the to the top of that third wave right here, which is this is the third wave peak, that's the 0.382. You can see that's the 0.382, or about $1,000 at that point right there. Okay. And there would be a lot of support, in my opinion, at that area too. But that's where it likes to go. In a situation with Ethereum, back testing it, looking at other fourth waves, this would be a deep correction for Ethereum. Ethereum's fourth waves actually have not been that deep. If you take a look at them, they haven't actually been that deep. It's been a very, very bullish coin, and it still is a bullish coin, in my opinion. So that's the other thing, is why I think that could be an area for Ethereum to look for too. Now, also I have these general areas of what's the time. So I'm going to go out to the daily. What's the time here? So we have let me go pull this up for you guys a little bit. In the RSI down here, we have a three-wave move, and then you can see in the RSI that this is kind of a three-wave move. But if you see how this connector is bigger in this area in the RSI, this to me is looking like it's actually becoming the connector. Everybody, the assumption was this was some sort of connector. This is looking like it's a connector. So likely what's happening is some type of WXY in that area. So if that's the case, you're looking at usually with a move like that, from the top of that wave to the bottom of this first wave, if I go just to the top of that, you're looking at a 1-to-1, and that does bring you down to about $1,000 in this area again, right here, guys. Okay, if it is going to go down. Now, there's other areas you can look for too, which is a 786 and also the 618. You know, but once it gets beyond those two fib levels, you know, the 1-to-1 is $1,000. So there is a lot of confluence for Ethereum in this area, somewhere between $1,500 and as low as down to $1,000. So right now it's just an estimated guess at this point based off fib levels where it wants to go. But if it goes to, you know, I'm saying that it's going to probably at least $1,500, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it at $1,000. Okay, so now as far as time, there's a fib level time that you can use to get a general idea, because usually here's a leg and then here's a leg. Generally, this leg is going to be about the same time as this leg over here. So if I use this trend-based fib time and place it at the top of that leg, go to the bottom of its previous leg, and then go to the top of that leg and take a look at the area of where possibly we could see where Ethereum may end. So you can see here's the 786 on Ethereum. Here's the 1-to-1. So possibly somewhere right around these dates. The 786 date, which would be 6th of June, 21st of June, and also as far back as the 21st of July, if it's a 1.38. So generally speaking, somewhere in those areas is where I'd be, based off Fib time, where I'd be looking for Ethereum to either be possibly completing a correction, or something significant is going to be happening at that point with Ethereum at those times. So 3rd of June, 26th, not the 3rd of June, the 26th of June, 21st of June, and then the 21st of July, about a month apart in these areas. So, and then, you know, you could take that all the way down, depending on how far down it's going to go, like this area. Okay. So a lot of people that use, do technical analysis, they don't use time. And I do use time. I try to incorporate it a little bit, just to get a general idea of what to kind of expect for Ethereum. And then if that is the case, then with Ethereum, and it does decide to finish everything up, you can take a look at the wave that it has here, which is a wave 1, a wave 2, that's a wave 3, and here is a wave 4, and up for a wave 5. With the target from this area to 7,000 would be general. Now, there's been some talk about how Ethereum can go to 25,000. I'm going to show to you that it's not going to be possible for Ethereum to do that in the next, you know, probably 2 years. And I'll show you why. If you take the Fib-based extension, and I go to this third wave, and let's say Ethereum comes to $1,000, going up to the 0.618 is $11,000. Okay. This third wave is an extended third wave right here. This area right here is an extended third wave, and there's no way it is going to get the length of that. It's not going to be possible, guys. I don't care who piles into Ethereum. This wave could, that a 1-to-1 would be up here, 49,000, 786 be 21,000. More than likely, a reasonable target for Ethereum is going to be about $7,000, about 50% of the of this leg. And if it just goes ballistic, I'd say that 11,000 could be a target. Okay, so realistic 43, and then possibly about $7,000. And if you look at it, that is absolutely, in my opinion, very, very reasonable, because if you pick it up for $1,000 and you go up there, you're looking at an easy 6x. I say it says it's a 7x, but I would say 6x, because getting an exact bottom and then entering or exiting at the exact top is almost impossible to do. You know, 99% chance it's not going to happen. So, all right, guys, that's the end of my video, showing you what I think is going on with Ethereum, some areas to look for, how much time. I think significant time from now is going to be about 3 weeks from now, and then around the end of July, we should be seeing something, Ethereum a little bit lower down here in these areas. 1,500, 1,400, 500, 600 is going to be the first initial target. And then if it breaches through that, the next is going to be the 1189, and then possibly down as low as $1,000. And then at that point, we'll see what's going on with the markets to see if Ethereum is going to be doing a next wave run. Thanks for watching. Peace.